What is up, Titan Nation? It's so good to be back live. It's our first live show in, I don't know, a couple months. I already see some comments, some people in the chat and stuff. So I appreciate you guys. So stoked to be back. I'm so stoked there's actually some football news going on. We got some great guests on. We got Titans for Life and the one and only Titan Anderson. I know he's super happy because of his Warriors pulling it out, and I'm happy for him, you know. But we'll get the intro on, and we'll get these guys in there. Tighten up.
Oh, how y'all doing? This is Jalen Fly, aka the Mountain Mover. Make sure y'all follow my movement. But in the meantime, check us out. I need y'all to like and subscribe because this is Titans Rossi. Oh, let's go.
All right, let's bring these fellas in. What's going on, guys?
What's going on, fellas?
Just a little mini camp.
Yeah, man, it's been a while since I've been able to do a live show, man. I've been on a couple shows, TA's show I've been on, and Titan Upload, or I think Titans Time podcast. But it's good to be back. It's good to be talking Titans. And TA, I want to start with you, man. How happy are you today that your Warriors pulled it out again?
Man, oh man. Oh man, I'll tell you what, man. It's crazy because a lot of people quit or just gave up on the Warriors. Even some of the fans, most of the media and everybody already did. And people would tell me, your Warriors are done, the dynasty's over, and I would tell them, I'm just sitting there looking at them like, well, it's not like they're like in their late 30s when all the injuries started happening. Like they just started winning really early. People forgot they're not that old. I mean, Curry is a young 34, just turned 34 not too long ago or whatever. But yeah, I was very happy, man. I got to celebrate live. I had a live stream yesterday, my first ever basketball stream, over 10,000 views. We had a packed house out of nowhere, man. We had 400 people in the building, and this is what I was like. I've told Rossi, and for all the people that have known me as Titan Anderson, we've actually officially changed the name to Titan Anderson Sports. We're branching out to doing basketball, and then once the basketball side picks up, we're going to be doing MMA and boxing as well. But yeah, that's enough about me, man. Let's get to the Rossi show. Let's go.
No, I'm happy, dude. I'm happy for Curry, man. Like,
yeah.
Even my mom, who doesn't even watch basketball, came in here and she was like, "Did you see they won? That Curry's amazing, And he really is, dude. When he hit that I know the game was already over at that point, but he drained like that three that was like 10 feet past the 3 line last night, and I was like, oh my God, man. Like he was possessed last night. And I don't know. I'm happy for him, man. I don't know what Skip Bayless's problem is, but I don't know. He's got to be one of the best to ever do it now. I mean, he's got four championships now, and I don't know how many Iguodala's got now. I mean, he's got to have with 4 different teams, right?
No, he's got 4 with all of them with the Warriors.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought he had more.
He was with us and won all of the rings, and then he left, and then he left for just for whatever reason, and he left while the injuries were happening, and we just brought him back. People weren't using him, and we didn't really use him much either. But that guy completely coached up all those guys like Looney, Wiggins. You could just see Andre Iguodala in Wiggins' face, like, dude, you did something wrong. Like, you got to be here. And Wiggins is somebody that has to be told and have a fire lit under him because of his personality. He's so quiet.
Right.
He has that mellow demeanor. You got to light him up, and that's what Draymond and those guys did. They brought a former first round pick to life, first overall pick.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. I want to get to so, obviously mini camps going on. I got a bunch of videos we're going to play and stuff like that. We'll kind of just keep the show loose. We'll get to the comments and stuff like that. I don't know how many. We got 10 people in there now, so that's good. But anyways, there's some good things happening for the Titans. Like, before the season, before the draft and all that, I wasn't like super excited. I mean, I was excited because it's my team, but like at the same time, it was like, man, we're kind of like, I feel like in a way taking a step back a little bit. But then once we start getting all these pieces in here and we get people like, Austin Hooper, we get people like, we draft the tight end Chig, who I think is going to be, he's going to be a great addition, man. I'm super excited about him, man. And Caleb Farley's out there practicing and looking fast, Robert Woods is already out there, doing drills and stuff, which is insane to see. But I do want to play some videos of Henry real quick, and we'll kind of get going on him and just get you guys' thoughts on what he's looking like. But here's some drills from him from minicamp. So there's Henry, and what do you guys think, man? I mean, I think he's back, dude. I mean, and we'll start with you, James. But how do you think his year is going to shape out? I mean, do you think he's back? He's 100%, and he's going to be the same old Henry?
I think that he's got he's got to trust his foot, and until he trusts that foot, I don't think he's going to be 100% because, if he starts, shortcutting some of his cuts, shortcutting some of his power runs and things like that, then, he's going to end up not being the Derrick Henry we're used to seeing. So I want to see him take a few hits. I want to see him trust it, to make those hard cuts and to do that kind of stuff. Because I mean, the biggest problem with injuries, coming back from injury, is when you talk to people who've been through it, it's that initial, okay, I know it's supposed to be repaired, I know it's supposed to be 100%, but it's the mental side. Physically, he may be 100% fine, but the mental part of being injured and being injured significantly is a real problem coming out of it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there, and I don't know. I think if he can get over that, man, I mean, it'd be something to see. And like Al says, a lot of people are saying he looks quicker. I don't. What do you think, TA?
For one, the hair. Wow. It's not the whole, what do you call it? I mean, I know there's people who have like little ponytail, rat tail looking things or whatever you want to call it, but that's not what he did. What did he do? Bundle his dreads up and then tie him up almost? Like, I don't know what it is, but everyone's so used to it, but the way it's free flowing and everything. And I'll tell you what, man, I've always been a fan of those Predator movies, man. Cool alien creature killing things, man. And it just reminds you of the Ricky Williams, the running backs with the dreads, Dalvin Cook. These it looks cool, especially Lil TA mad. I don't know what he's so mad for. But yeah, I think if he does wear it down like that, it's something new. And I believe he's the same age now LT was when LT had that MVP season. Don't quote me on that, right. But I believe he is. I think it was 28, right? Something like that. I think so. Yeah, but I honestly, jokes aside, I truly think I don't think it's going to be an issue. He knows it's fixed. Technology, medicine is just better nowadays. He'll be fine. I don't think he's worried about it. I think right now he's worried about winning a championship. The defense has only gotten better, and he's run. I have a feeling he's going to run harder than ever. He's ready to go. He's got another 3 years of prime left, in my opinion. A lot of people don't realize he didn't get the bell cow right away. It took him a few years to get that.
And you're talking about the defense too. Like they were one of the people that they were talking about in camp was the McCreary kid that they drafted, and how he's already looking good in camp. Like he's because he was known for in college for his press skills and stuff, and press coverage and stuff, and man to man and things like that. And they said he already showed signs of that and stuff like that. But I'm excited about this freaking defense, dude. Like, I mean, to me, and you were on the what's his name, Bird Gangs, what, last week or something, and it was a cool show, and y'all go check out Bird Gang if you haven't. He does a lot of different sports stuff, but he's mainly an Eagles fan, I think.
Yeah.
But they were doing position by position breakdowns, him and TA going back and forth, and it was fun, man. And they were comparing like our D line, and they were like, there's no way our D line is or your D line is better and all that stuff. And to me, it just goes to show you, like, nobody knows anything about our Titans. Like, no, like, even me, like, I tend to know quite a bit about other teams and stuff like that and what they have. But nobody knows about this Titans defense, and nobody respects it. But it's like it's a good thing, man, because I think we could be really, man, I think we could be top 5. I mean, we should at least be top 10 this season, man. And
anything less than the top 10 would be
a disappointment.
Ridiculous. Yeah, it would be unacceptable.
Yeah. And seeing Farley back, and I'll play a little video of Farley real quick. I don't have much on Farley. Just like a 10-second clip of him. But I mean, to me, that's exciting, man. I mean, Farley looks good, man. Like, he looks healthy and ready to go.
Yeah.
You guys think, like, I mean, this cornerback, really the only, I guess, weakness we had last year was on that side with Jenkins and whatever. And Jenkins kind of stepped it up towards the end of the season. But I mean, I don't know if McCreary's really a outside guy. He's more of a slot guy. So I mean,
he's a 90% plus inside guy. Like, he loves being inside, and he's a pit bull inside. So it's him and Elijah Molden are gonna have a lot of fun. I think you imagine having them both out there sometimes inside. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I really
And
I think
go ahead, Jay.
I think what people aren't realizing, the Titans did all this with, did what we did last year on defense with a lot of injuries that were out there. We were hanging on by a thread at times with some of the injuries. And if you look at our linebacking core, I mean, really and truly, I don't see anyone with the depth and experience at linebacker the Titans have, period. There's no one out there that can post 3 guys who can literally go out there and do just about anything that there is. And we've got like 5. Say what you want to about Long. He is really, really, really good. And then, there's, you've got, I think we've got a few issues when it comes to depth when we go into like the safety position. Our starting 2 safeties are probably 2 of the best safeties tandems out there. But then when you start looking deep at that, if something happens, someone's tired or something like that because they've been playing a lot or whatever, that's where I start to worry about it. I don't worry about us at corner. I don't worry about us at linebacker, and I don't really worry about us at the defensive line. The only person who I would be kind of concerned if they got hurt is Big Jeff. I mean,
right?
But he's a special player. I mean, he's you don't find Big Jeffs every day.
Oh man,
he's just a special type of player. So we just have a lot of depth. We can move guys around. They're dynamic. They're quick. They're strong. And I think that people don't pay attention to the Titans because they're, quote, small market team, and you end up, guys who were pretty dominant last year don't even get mentioned in what was it, the top 25 best
Right.
linebackers in the NFL, and not one Titan. That's just insane to me.
Yeah. And a lot of people, they gauge, like, again, on the Burger Gang show the other night, like, how many Pro Bowls you have? How many Pro Bowls? And it's like, dude, and I made a comment that the Pro Bowl is a popularity contest, like it always has been, always will be. Like, you can't gauge, it off that, dude. It just doesn't work, man.
You're telling me Zach Cunningham and Harold Landry are not top 10 linebackers in the NFL, or not top 25 linebackers in the NFL? You're out of your mind. Come on.
Well, Harold Landry maybe, but Zach Cunningham's one of the best players at his position. Like, people it's just, you got to understand, people on the outside aren't paying attention to the Texans and a Zach Cunningham. They're not paying attention to the Titans and a Zach Cunningham. The only people they pay attention to on our team is Derrick Henry, and that's it. The Ryan Tannehill, they hear every once in a while, AJ Brown, kind of. But if you ask anybody walking down the streets of San Diego, name 3 players on the Tennessee Titans, they'll name one, and it's Derrick Henry, maybe Ryan Tannehill, and they'll probably still name AJ Brown. Anyone other than that, they're not going to name. We don't have a big fan base. The Titan Upload Network is almost as many subscribers on YouTube as the Tennessee Titans. Like, I'm just saying, 70 something thousand subscribers compared to over 1.4 million that the Warriors have. It's a big difference. We do have a very, very small fan base. These are just facts. Numbers do lie sometimes, but in this case, come on. I tell people all the time, if us Titans content guys were doing Cowboys content, we'd have 2 to 3 times more the subscribers. Facts.
Yeah. Right.
That is what it is.
And I want to get to some of these comments, man. We had a lot of comments so far. We had a super chat. Let me get to that one first. Ryan Hare. What's up, dude? Thank you so much, Ryan. Ryan's the dude, man. Y'all go follow him. I think he's still doing his podcast at the Jump Past TN, I think is what it's called. And put it in the comments, Ryan. I'll post it up there. He says, "What's up, fellas? Glad everyone's doing good." And let me scroll back here. Ducky was in the house in the very beginning. So what's up, Ducky? Ryan Dodd's in the building. Tighten up. BB15. All the faithfuls. He says, BB15 says, I guess there's some rumors about Ja Morant and Bobby Trees wanting OBJ to the Titans. So what do y'all think about that, man? I mean, is it worth a shot for the right amount of money?
I don't want him. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'll keep it sweet. I don't want him. I don't. We don't need. We have such a strong bond and this culture that's been built here is something special. I don't think any of our head players, the guys who are in charge, so to speak, the captains or whatever, they're not going to allow none of that, any of this craziness that he likes. Like, I just don't think it's worth the risk. He's still talented. He's proven it. But at this point, I truly think we have enough. I just think people are just underappreciating, I guess, what we have. Des Fitzpatrick himself looks like he's a lot better than he was last year already. You still have Mason Kinsey. Nobody even talks about him. Kyle Phillips is another guy who everyone has high hopes for. Traylon Burks, every first round pick for a reason. Like, we've got guys. Like, it's I don't know. I think people are a little overreacting. You can't play any worse than the receivers we had last year. They didn't even play. So shit, they didn't even play. So
that's right.
Well, I think if you're gonna pay OBJ what he's gonna demand, you might as well have gone ahead and paid AJ, because I think AJ would have been better team chemistry. So I just don't look. There is something, and Ducky's saying, a vet receiver. There is something to having a vet receiver, but there's also something to being that ignorance is bliss. They don't know that you can't do that. They don't know that you can't blow past one of the best corners or whatever out there, because they're cocky and stuff like that. You don't know that, so you end up going out there and doing it. So you know, and you don't hear someone say, "Oh, you can't beat him." You know, he's one of the best corners. You don't, you know. I think that is there's a certain aspect that's really nice about having that type of mentality. Go out there, and show why you're a good receiver and deserve to be in the NFL and proving it to people, as opposed to going into the locker room and the number one guy's just sitting there, or and I just personally, bringing in OBJ would be, I think, would be a mistake for that room as a whole. That room has to gel, and you got a big personality like OBJ. It doesn't usually work out very well unless you've got other big personalities to go in there with him. So that's where I think OBJ's main problem is going to be in finding a landing spot. Is you know a lot of teams will put up with it for during in season, but they're not going to put up with it now, especially if they've got young impressionable guys who they're afraid are going to end up in like OBJ running their mouths all the time.
And I want to give a shout out to Al Pierce. Actually, me and Al's kind of been working on something totally non-football related. And so I'm excited to get that going with Al. And we'll release that one day on the show and let everybody know what it's about and everything. It's a pretty cool cause. So look forward to doing some stuff like that. Give a shout out to Bryce. Titans Town Podcast is in the building. Houston 777. He's always in here, man. He's a Texans fan, always talking crap too. But hey,
yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
He's always welcome. You're always welcome, buddy.
Yeah, you've earned your spot, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, dude. He's always in there. Bird Gang, what's up, man? We were just talking about the show you had with Anderson the other night, where y'all were comparing the Titans group by group and stuff. Titan Uploads in the building. Titan Upload Network. What's up? He says congrats to you. Titan Up says Ja Morant, Steven Adam, Dylan Brooks missed 8 games in that series. Oh, he's talking about the Grizzlies and the Warriors. And yeah, I mean, and to that end, I mean, they won like 20 games without Morant too, going into the end of the season. So Keisha Bible, what's up, Keisha? Shout out to you. It's been a while. Somebody else. Oh, Al, you didn't have to do that, man. $10. He says back in the saddle again. That's right, man. DBS Titan is in the building. So shout out to all you guys, man. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it very much and appreciate the super chats and all that stuff. And it's good to be back. I wanted to play a video that I made the other day. I think I sent it to you guys, but it's just a clip I put together of Tannehill, and this gets me excited. Tannehill throwing to the new guys, and I know this is just mini camp stuff and all that, and can't really go base too much off of it, but I think it just kind of shows the new talent that we got. But here we go. I don't know, man. I guess me pretty amped up. Like, I mean, they're out there balling. They're out there, trying to make plays. This let's talk about. I know we're kind of bouncing around, but let's talk about this wide receiver room, man. Because that's we've been talking about it, the veterans and all that. That's a big topic of debate. Or a lot of people say we're a lot worse at that position, things like that, man. But you look, a lot of these guys are showing up. There's a lot of praise for that Josh Malone kid that's come in. and you got guys like, it looks like Robert Woods is gonna be ready to go. I mean, he's already out there practicing and stuff. What do you guys think about this group, man? Like, do you think, because you look at last year, right? We brought it up earlier, the injuries. I mean, we didn't even have anybody last season. I mean, other until like the last couple games. So if you base it off that, you base it off injuries, the group's already better. Just by default that they're healthy. But I don't know, bro. What do you guys think of this wide receiver room, man? And like, we can talk about adding some people. We've kind of hit on that already, but I'll let you roll with that, TA.
Man, you know what? I think, the best ability is availability. Tannehill didn't have nobody last year. You got to feel bad for him at times. Even the offensive line was in and out. He lost his running back, halfway through the season or whatever. And it's just like, he was the one guy pretty much who was always that guy who's continued to do his thing. So and we had no tight ends. Ferkser was awful. Ferkser was terrible. Right. Swaim and everybody, Pruitt, they could, they did what they could. It's different now. It's way different now. We have a great all-around tight end. No weakness, in my opinion, in Austin Hooper. Now he gets to do what Cleveland signed him to do. He gets to come here and work with a play action like he's never worked with before. And then what did we do? We're like, okay, wait a minute. We like 2 tight end sets. Let's go draft that fast kid who runs 4.52 or whatever it was. Let's go draft him. And yeah, let's go draft him and see what's up, man. It's Chiggy, can't you see? Sometimes some touchdowns just hypnotize me, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be. Tannehill is probably so happy they addressed the tight end situation. That's huge because now he doesn't have to feel like he has to throw it down the field to a receiver who obviously, and I don't care if people hate me for it, obviously wanted the ball way more than he deserved. Like, he's sitting there and crying about it the whole time, making a big deal about money. No, dude, you're in a great situation, bro. You're in a great situation. Good for him. You made your money. Good job. But I'll tell you what, I don't think we lost a step. I think we gained a step. I think we are going to be so much better because, first of all, they're going to be on the field. And second of all, complete new identity. We're going to continue to stick with the run game, play action, take deep shots when we got them. But now the underneath stuff is there. Hooper, Chig. I mean, even with Bobby Trees, he could do everything a little bit. I mean, his go route, we don't maybe need him to do all that. But, I mean, the end arounds, the quick throws in the flats, that's his specialty. He loves the ball in his hands. We completely changed the identity of our offense around the weaponry, the arsenal around the Tannehill, Henry core that we like to do. We play action. We run the ball. Now all the weaponry, the arsenal around that has been changed. Good luck. Yeah. I love it.
Well, my thing is we've got a lot of really good guys. Now, the question is, how many do we keep, and which ones do we keep? The Titans are traditionally, what do they keep? 5, I think 5 or 6, and one of them is usually a special teamer that a guy who go on special teams. So I just don't know what the Titans are going to do, who they're going to keep. Who are they going to throw on the practice squad? Because I think there's some of these guys who may not make the team, but are going to get picked up somewhere else. And so I guess I'm kind of in a wait and see type of attitude because I think right now they have how many receivers do they have on the roster right now? 3. That's what. 8.
A lot.
8. They got 8, 12. I think 12 is what they have on there right now. So, half of these guys are not going to be on the team.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah,
they're living what they're living what they said at the end of the season, what J Rob said at the end of the season. There's going to be a lot of competition at this wide receiver core. So they'd better get good and quick if they want to make the team, because right now I don't think I think that there are some guys who are not, who may be on the chopping block if they don't step up. And yes, I'm talking to you, Des. I'm talking to you, Des Fitzpatrick. You got to learn the playbook. You got to learn your routes. You got to learn your route tree. You got to learn your option routes. And the guys who can do that, whether they may be a step or a half step slower than the other guys, and they're going to end up making the team because they understand what where they need to be and when they need to be there. It's not just availability, as TA said. It's not just availability on to be on the field. It's availability when your quarterback needs you to be in a specific spot. You're available at that spot. So it's just a wait and see for me. I just don't know how many of these guys are going to make it, and I don't know which ones are going to make it. So that's where I stand. I can't give you a straight answer, bruh.
And last year, which I thought we kept 6, but apparently we kept 7.
Kept 7.
It was AJ, Julio, Chester, Marcus Johnson, Josh Reynolds, Cam Batson, and Nick Westbrook. So I mean, we kept 7. I mean,
I miss Batson because Batson was really kind of a special teamer. Almost exclusively a special teamer, but
low key, I really like that Cameron Batson Wildcat thing he was running. That was pretty cool, man. He was exciting with it. He's so agile, man. Just he was fun. That was fun, man. That was fun.
Yeah, I like Batson, man. He was just, I mean, I don't know where he is now. If he's probably, trying for a roster spot somewhere. But here's some of the stuff like in minicamp that's, been going down like that. Just it's only been 3 days of practice, so there's not much. But the King is back. Traylon Burks, that's something we can talk about. Burks, that's the big topic right now. Chig is showing out. Chig's showing out in minicamp already. Josh Malone, a lot of the media, everybody's hyping up Josh Malone. Bud Dupree is saying that he's 100% good to go. Like it's the best he's felt in a long time. Caleb Farley's looking in shape. Robert Woods, we talked about. Derrick Henry said that has been hyping up Haskins, said he was a beast. And then we got this battle between kind of Phillips and Kinsey, and that's which I've kind of heard that's something kind of A to Z's just brought on, but I mean, there is probably some truth to it, this battle going on between Phillips and Kinsey, and I know that as far as punt returners, they've been putting Kinsey, Phillips, and that Roberson guy back there. So that might boil down to if Kinsey makes the team or not. It might go between Phillips and Kinsey, but they say Phillips is looking good. But what do you guys make? I mean, it is kind of concerning that Burks has just been on the sideline, like doing the bike and stuff, man. I think he's gonna be a star, man. I think he's gonna step up. But is that concerning to you guys at all? Like that he's not even out there and all these other guys are?
Well, to me, it's concerning only because sources are telling me that it's not just the asthma, that he kind of showed up out of shape. And it wasn't like he was like completely out of shape, but he wasn't he wasn't training as hard as he should have been, and that he showed up, and that's in the heat. Between that and the heat, it's causing asthma problems. So it's kind of a combination of those things from what I can understand. Now, once again, I'm not a doctor. I do not play one on TV, and I do not play one on YouTube. So that's just what I understand from people who tell me certain aspects of this is the reason why he's probably not on the field and that kind of stuff. So, um, I just don't think I just don't think I don't think that this is, if he takes this seriously, then I don't think this is going to be a long-term problem. A lot of rookies show up out of shape. They think, I got drafted. Yeah, I don't have to, I got drafted. I'm going to be, I'm going to be in the show. So, they kind of lay off, and then, but you got to think these rookies also leave school, right out. They leave school. They go to train for the combine. They go train for that kind of stuff. They go train for their pro day, and then there's nothing until rookie minicamp. And well, they're going to get paid big bucks. They want to go enjoy a life a little bit, because some of these kids, I call them kids because I'm almost 50. So some of these kids just don't know what it takes to be a pro, and they've never had money. They've never had the ability to do stuff like that. So they go a little crazy. So I think that's the combination that we're dealing with here.
And like Al says, so what did he say? It was the last one. Well, if it wasn't for our luck with first round picks, nobody would be too worried about Burks. I think that's true, man. I saw a comment on Twitter the other day, like a guy said, all Titans fans have PTSD from first round picks recently and stuff. But I guess from what's his name, the Panda, but which is kind of true, But I don't know. I'm excited to see what Burks can do, but I see what you're saying too, man. So this was Ryan Tannehill. This is what he said about Burks.
Yeah, we've had a lot of conversations, as we're watching the tape, talking through the reps that other guys had, and communicating it, just making sure, he's hearing it, what I'm looking for. I'm kind of hearing what he's thinking, and obviously the best thing is to have him out there on the field, working with us, but that's not the case. So you got to make do with what you got and make the best out of what you have. So we're communicating, and then whenever time comes for him to be out there running with us, then we'll take advantage of those reps.
So kind of your typical standard answer from Tannehill. As usual, he's good at that, but my thing's falling off the wall here. Anyways, but yeah, like he said, the best thing is reps, getting out there, like you said, James, availability and stuff, and stuff like that. I'm excited. I'm excited to see, like, if this offense can just, like, this defense is going to be so good. Like, if this offense can learn to be efficient, like, we don't have to go out there and, like, be the fastest show on turf or anything. Like you said, TA, like having Hooper is an all around. I think he's going to be a great addition. He's the best tight end talent we've had in since
a long time.
Delaney. So I think, having a guy like him, and then you throw Chig in there, and then you throw Swaim as kind of that utility guy or whatever, that third guy. Man, I think if they can, and having Tim Kelly, if they can run efficiently, like, I think that's what, like, the play action, running efficient, time management, stuff like that. If Henry's back to where he needs to be, this offense could be pretty darn good, I think, And I want to play some videos of Malik, somebody I'm super excited about, dude. And I think he's somebody that could, dude, it's just explosive talent, man. And we'll check him out here. Yeah, I mean, these are all videos from minicamp. There's not much to them. It's hard to really tell off of them, but I think he's another guy like I'm super excited about, man. Like you know, and I hope Ryan Tannehill kills it this year, but
he will.
I was, yeah, and I think he will too, man. I'm looking forward to seeing him play this year, man. But you know, a lot of people are. I don't think there's a chance Malik sees the field this year unless it's just.
I don't even.
You know, no, and it'd have to be Tannehill getting hurt or something like that, and God forbid he doesn't. And but what do you? I mean, do you guys think Malik is somebody that, you know, 2-3 years down the line that is he somebody you guys can actually see being a starter, or is he just kind of a fill-in until we get the next guy? You know.
You know, I don't. Who knows?
Yeah, it's hard to really tell any.
The only thing though is that it's not a normal. I keep telling people he's not a normal 3rd round pick. He's a 1st round rated quarterback. At one point, they had him the highest rated quarterback in the draft. Like, that's a great position for him to be sitting in. He's sitting in a position to where if Ryan Tannehill fails, he has an opportunity to take over a king with Derrick Henry in a top 5 defense, in my opinion. What more do you possibly want? Like, that's crazy. Like, look at the Patrick Mahomes. Look at the situation he went with Alex Smith. Freaking handed a Super Bowl talented, you know, caliber team. Like, if Malik Willis learns, takes his time, takes this serious, and wants to be a great player, a pro, take your time, and when your time in his time, he will get an opportunity to be the Titans quarterback. He will have an opportunity, whether it's tomorrow or 2-3 years. I don't know, but I guarantee you, he will have an opportunity, because unless Ryan Tannehill wins a Super Bowl, I'm sorry, I don't see him coming back. I just don't. This is win a Super Bowl, you're done. It is what it is.
I don't know if it's win a Super Bowl if you're done, but I think he has to make it to the show and put in a good showing there. And the loss would have to be definitely not his fault in order for him, you know, to come back. But I think Malik, judging by, you know, I'm just judging by what I saw when he was at Liberty and what I saw on the field at the combine. There's just not a whole lot of tape on him, just because, you know, Liberty's not a huge school.
Yeah.
So there's just not a whole lot of tape that I can gather from it. But I think the ball explodes off his hand. It does. I mean, it's like when he throws that deep ball, it is just it's like there's a rocket that comes out of the back of the ball and just takes off. His intermediate and his short route throws are erratic at times. They really are. So in the NFL, you've got to be able to make those intermediate and short routes, and you got to be really consistent, because those are going to be your bread and butter. I mean, those are the ones that are going to be your bread and butter plays. So I think he's at least a year out, you know, because the speed of the game in the NFL and the speed of the game at Liberty are two vastly different.
It's going from middle school to college.
Yeah, it's like going from riding a bicycle to racing in those you know, super bikes on that you see on TV, where those guys are leaned over and their knees a half an inch off the ground. You know, that's the difference between the NFL. It's riding a tricycle to that. And so I think Malik, is the speed of the game is probably going to be a little too fast for him. Learning from a guy who's been there, done that in Tannehill is probably his best option. If I'm the Titans, I keep 3 quarterbacks this year, and I have Logan Woodside as my backup, just because, you know, he's been there, he's done that, he knows the offense backwards and forwards. But then you take away a position, you take away a spot for a position somewhere else.
I mean, what do you put him on the practice squad for the season?
No.
Because you can't, because he could get. he could get taken, right?
Yeah. But then again, if I'm the Titans, I don't want him on the practice squad. I want him standing right beside every I want him attached to Logan Woodside on that sideline when Tannehill is playing, and then when Tannehill is off the field, I want him sitting right there. In fact, I probably put a tether on him. And say, you're not going anywhere. These are the two guys you're going to be next to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you're right though. It is going to take up another spot. That's interesting too, because I wonder which position that's gonna take away from, I'm gonna get to some more of these comments here, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. It's a Friday night. We've had over 20 people in here, so you guys hit the like button. You guys go check out Titan Anderson, man. He's been exploding. He's up to, he's getting close to getting up there to 7. So hopefully, he can get the 10 before the season. That would be, that would be dope.
That's definitely
I think it can happen. I think it can happen. And y'all check out, y'all check out James too. Check out Titan Anderson at YouTube with Titan Anderson Sports. Wow,
we've officially changed it, man. Next year we'll be doing there's 82 games. I'm going to be trying to do as close to half of the games as possible for the Warrior games, and then as many playoff games as we can. But 82 games is impossible. I have a job. I wish I could do it. Yeah. I wish I could do them all for you guys. Nobody here gives a damn about the Warriors, but I wish I could still do them all.
My son does. He's a Warriors fan.
A job, a new baby, 2 kids.
Hey, man.
He has nothing to do.
Nah.
Yeah. That's awesome, though, man.
Yeah.
And check out Titans for Life on YouTube as well, and Twitter at Big Sportsman 3. And we got some cool stuff coming up on this channel for you guys too. Like I got something planned to where, because I'm in Tennessee now. I moved here and I'm back near Nashville, so I'm planning on setting up like and you guys know this already, and I'm going to talk to James about it more, but setting up something at the Titan stadiums for pre-games, and just because I'm off on Sundays now, so just kind of rolling up there and posting up some type of thing right there by the stadium like the freaking media guys do, and see if I can get away with it, because I think, outside there's no like restrictions or anything, so I'm thinking about setting up some type of booth and doing like a live pregame show every home game,
That'd be dope.
Like, I think it'd be awesome, dude. Like, try to get some, like, a lot of the fans come up and do little interviews, and even maybe pull some of the media guys that aren't doing anything. And I know there's a few guys that probably would give me a little spot when I'm there and stuff. But it'd be fun, man. It'd be fun. I'm going to get to some of these comments here. And I appreciate you guys showing up tonight. That's awesome. Let's see. Al Pierce says, TA, the rhyme master.
Trust me, I'm not, man.
Somebody we haven't talked about is Weaver. Rashad Weaver's another guy who's, he's out there practicing too.
Rashad Weaver liked my tweet, actually. He said something.
Really?
He said something about like I think he like retweeted something about like him being healthy again or something like that. And I retweeted it and said everybody's gonna know this guy's name by sometime in the season or after this. I don't know, by the time the season ends. And he liked it, man. I was like, oh damn, that's dope. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of cool. Whatever.
And that's cool, man. And it shows you these guys actually read this stuff. Like, a lot of them actually do look at their Twitter and stuff like that. They'll say, "Oh, we don't look into that," but they do, dude.
Even if they're not clicking like or anything, they're seeing it. There's no way around it.
Yeah,
we're everywhere, you guys. Like, it doesn't matter if we're not the mainstream Titans media. We're the new media,
right?
And the new media. Shout out to Draymond Green, champion. But the new media, us new media, we do things differently over here, you guys. We like to have fun, and we whether we get paid for this or not, we don't. It has nothing to do with money. We do this because we love this damn football team, and we love the interactions with you guys, man. That's what it's about.
Right, man. Right. And you miss it too. Like when you don't
yeah.
do it for a while, like
yeah.
it's like I mean I've been out of pocket for a little while, man. You know, I've been doing some stuff lately on some other channels, but man, like you really miss it, man. You miss the community, you miss the interaction with everybody, like seeing all the old names in here and stuff. And it's a lot of fun, man. That's why I do it. You know what I mean? Like I do it for the love of the team, but I also do it for the community too, man. And I'm sure y'all say the same thing.
I'm not gonna lie. Once I added that sports to my name, I'm chasing that plaque. That 100,000 subscriber thing is coming to TA by the time I'm 40.
bro.
No, by the time I'm 32, all right. I turned 32 in April. I'm a young 32. By the time I'm 40, you're gonna see a freaking YouTube plaque, 100,000 subscribers. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. Book it. 8 years left to go. Let's go. Countdown starts now.
Dude, there's guys that I watch like that are just sports guys. Who's some of the guys I watch? Freaking I don't know. There's a few guys that I watch and they got 500,000-600,000 subscribers, man. And they started a few years back and they're just regular Joe Schmoes like us who started YouTube channels for whatever reason, you know?
It takes time. YouTube is going to send out the stuff of the people who are putting out the most content and that's getting the most numbers of that content.
Right.
It is what it is. When I started trying to incorporate the Warriors, I mean, look at my last, like not this last game, but the ones before, nobody was in there. I was like talking to myself. There's like 20, 12 people. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's because I'm putting in the work and they're realizing, okay, yeah, this guy, it is what it is. YouTube is smart. Believe it or not, they're really smart. So they figure things out, man. It's crazy.
That algorithm is strong.
It is. It's very strong. It's 80-year-old grandma perfume strong. Yeah,
it really is, man.
Y'all know what I'm talking about too, man. Like,
can smell it really on the block. So I got a question for you. Do you think that we're going to keep 3 running backs? That's been bugging me.
Yeah, we have to. I'm sorry. Hilliard's the backup. Like that's just it is what it is. He can do a little bit of everything. He's already he knows the system, and then damn, you know what? Actually, now that you think about, I mean, I would say 3. I'm sorry. I would keep Rook. Keep Hilliard, keep Henry, good to go. Everyone else doesn't even matter. Who cares?
They usually do though, right? I mean, they kept. Let's see. Yeah, they usually do keep 3. They had McNichols and who else?
They traditionally keep actually 4. They keep a fullback kind of for some other reason, and then they keep 2 halfbacks. Or 3 halfbacks. So I'm wondering if this year they just decide, let's scrap the fullback.
I mean, Hassan, and Henry are both pretty big guys. So I mean, if we need a yard or something, I'm pretty sure he could put one in at fullback. That'd be fine.
Yeah. And we also traditionally. We have occasionally at times lined up the tight end at fullback too. So I just don't know if we're going to keep a fullback.
Knowing the Titans in the running game, you'd probably assume it's going to happen. But who knows? Maybe we're just like, you know what? I don't know. We're so used to having such a dominant fullback, like you know what I'm saying, like leading that charge and helping out.
Yeah, we do. It's Torrey somebody.
Torrey Carter.
Carter. Yeah.
He's he was on the roster last year. Who was we had what's his name? Blassingame, right?
Yeah.
That was who it mainly was. But Blassingame was hurt some. And then Carter would come in, but you're right, man. They like to keep a fullback, but they don't use them much at all. So it doesn't make sense. But I wonder where they're going to shave that one player off of from from keeping 3 quarterbacks. I mean, maybe it's wide receiver,
I know. After the experience they had last year with wide receiver, I do not see them.
Are you there? No.
Can you hear me?
I lost you for a second, but no, you're good.
I do not see them. I do not see them skimping out on wide receivers. I just don't see it. In fact, they may keep one more than they did last year. Just to be honest with you. So I think I keep going back and forth. Do you, I think you probably keep 3, and that would include the fullback. I think you keep 3, and then you scrap the fullback, and I think you can, if you need to do something at running back. I think that last year proved that there are guys out there on the street who can come in and make an impact for several games. So I just don't know if I keep any more than 3.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's going to be a weird one. It's going to be interesting to see.
I think at this situation though, I think we have to keep the 3 quarterbacks because, like Tighten Up for Life said, like you gotta have Rook sitting there learning on field. Forget saying in Nashville. No, be there, travel with the team, learn the camaraderie, learn the chemistry, learn the personalities. Just build bonds and everything, and that's going to be huge. All these people on this football team are going to see this guy and see how he works, see if he's taking this serious. Because I guarantee you, Ryan Tannehill, especially now, is I mean, he already did take it serious. He's been a great pickup for us overall. I mean, it is what it is. But it's people are going to be paying attention. Is the Rook actually doing his job? Is he putting in the extra work? Is the first guy in, last man out mentality? People will watch and people will pay attention to that thing. So I think he needs to be there. And the 3 quarterbacks, to me, I think that's the smart thing to do. But I don't know, man. I don't feel comfortable not having a fullback. And, sometimes we would just put that fullback straight in there and say, you know what, time to run the clock out. Let's go, Henry. We'll see.
Like I said, I think that you can make, if you decide to only keep 3 running backs, you can make it work by, using a tight end and putting him back there at fullback, or, and because the Titans traditionally keep 3 tight ends.
Yeah.
So the Titans usually keep 3 tight ends, and at the tight end position, you got Hooper, Swaim, and Chig. So I really think Swaim could go back there and play that role.
That's true. I wasn't even thinking about him. He's very versatile. He knows our system. He's like that's something I'd even think about. That's interesting. Maybe if someone could pick up the slack, because everybody knows in Mike Vrabel's offense or just Mike Vrabel's team, you got to be able to do multiple positions. You got to, and that's just the way that we're built. And I think that's going to be huge. I think if somebody, or even by committee, playing fullback, Hooper coming in for a play, or Chig, or I mean, can you imagine Chig being in that fullback and then doing and then doing a play action and then having Chig go up on like a wheel route or something like that, or just sitting there in the flat like with his speed or a go. There's so many possibilities, you guys. We didn't have a tight end like Chig last year. We didn't have a tight end like Hooper last year. I mean, we didn't.
Nobody even close.
We didn't have a Julio Jones last year. We had a half an AJ Brown last year. Like, you guys got to understand. We have the as long if the offense can do their part and the defense, as long as they're a top 10, which they should be, there's no reason we can't go out there and at least try to duplicate what we did last year and improve on that. There's no reason we don't win at least 12 games. I truly believe that, especially facing the Jags and the Texans, and that you're guaranteed 4 wins there. The Colts are a mess right now as well. Don't know who their quarterback's going to be. So let's just say you split with them. Let's just say we're probably sweep them too. But that's at least 5 wins. At least 5 wins just off of that division. Yeah, I'm taking at least 12 wins this season for the Titans.
And don't forget, at running back, you can also put in, Hassan Haskins. I mean, he's a pretty big dude.
Yep.
Now, I think he's 220, something like that.
220-ish. Yeah, somewhere around 220, 225, maybe. Big boy.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
I think at one point in time he tipped the scales around 230, but and I think he's 6'3", something like that.
I think that's at 6'2". I'm not sure,
okay,
but
6'2",
regardless, 6'3". Yeah, that's a bigger running back for sure.
So and if you want to see the field as a running back, as a rookie running back, you better learn how to know your role, because you're not taking out the king. So you better learn something if you want to see the field. You better learn how to block, or at least get in the way.
Yeah, it's so funny when you hear people saying stuff like, "Oh, Derrick Henry only need." I don't even want to call him out because he says stupid stuff all the time. But it's like you hear people saying stuff like that, like, "Oh, Derrick Henry only needs 10 carries," and no, Derrick Henry's going to run the ball 30 times every game as long as that's what we need him to do. We're not playing, "Oh, you get 10 carries and try to creep into the play." No, that's not how it works. Football, anything can happen. Freak accidents happen every week. You go out there and you give everything you have. You think he wants to worry about that? No, he's back from his injury. He's fine. He's healthy. Let's go play football. Let's go win a Super Bowl. That's it.
I was once told by a coach who he phenomenal coach, coached all up and down from college to high school to Pee Wee. I mean, he was a phenomenal coach. He once told me, he said, the majority of all injuries occur when you're trying not to get injured.
Hey, man,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Because you do stupid things trying not to get injured, and you end up injuring something else other than what we're trying not to injure. So it's one of those things where if you play hard, injuries are less likely. And throughout my coaching experience and my experiences, it's definitely true. Kids who play tentative tend to get hurt because they're playing tentative. So in the NFL, you can't play tentative. You can't tiptoe around, or else you're gonna get your bell rung and you're gonna be out with a concussion for several weeks because you. So I don't know. I had that. I've been mulling over that question I was asking, because I just don't know if I'm the Titans, because you can't keep everybody, although everybody's looking good and in camp. But once again, you got those guys who are all-stars in camp, and and are not so much on the field when it's clutch time.
All right. And TA, man, I know you got to get running, man, and I just want to say, dude, I appreciate you coming on, and y'all go check out Titan Anderson Sports. He's got all types of stuff going on. So, but I appreciate you coming on, brother.
All right, yeah, hey TA, got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Here you go.
I'm in trouble.
I want your prediction. I need your prediction for next year's finals. It's way too early, but now I got to put you on the spot.
Well, Warriors are going to win the whole thing again, so that's going to happen. I mean, there's just nobody that you can't beat them in a best of 7. It's impossible with the talent. Anyway, who's going to go up? To be honest, I want it to be the Nets. I want Kevin Durant to face Curry and get his ass whooped. That's what I want. But I don't think he's going to get there. He don't make nobody better. He doesn't make nobody better. He's the great. I've said this. I watched Michael. I grew up watching Michael. I was born 1990, so I was able to watch Michael Jordan's last end of his years and remember it. And I mean, YouTube's there too, whatever. But unbelievable, right? I think the best pure scorer I have ever seen, if you add in height, everything like that, is Kevin Durant. 7 foot, legitimate ball handler, this and that. But his issue is isolation basketball. It doesn't work. Melo doesn't work. T-Mac doesn't work. Those things don't work. You got to work as a team. Teamwork is what wins championships, and it is what it is. But I want them to face the Nets. Will they go? I guess it depends on Kyrie, and is he cleared to play everywhere? Because I know he's not doesn't have his vaccinations or anything like that. So I don't know the rules on that stuff. I don't pay attention, but I know that he missed a lot of games because of that. But I would love it to be Kevin Durant. If I had to choose again, I don't think Boston's going back. I think Jaylen Brown and Tatum don't make sense to start. It's the same player starting at the same time. You need a ball handler. They don't have one, a natural ball handler starting.
Yeah,
man, the East. Wow. That's tough because a lot of teams are going to get a lot better. But I, to be honest, if the Nets are healthy, if the Nets have everybody there and are playing, I think Nets should be there. If they're not there, how you have Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, like how? So
yeah.
at the end of the day, I don't care who it is, but I kind of would like it to be Kevin Durant, just so Curry can kind of, finish him off for good.
See, that's the kind of stuff that you're going to see on Titan Anderson Sports. So
yeah, I mean, see, for all the people who don't know, a lot of people have specialties, I guess, or things that they specialize in. For me, I don't I mean, I can tell you what the stats and this and that, but I don't specialize in film breakdown. I don't specialize in stuff like that. I specialize in talking. I specialize in yelling and screaming and play by play. I specialize in just that. That's what I love to do. It's so funny. I was thinking earlier, I know this is random, but I was thinking, I was like, it would be cool if all of us Titans guys, if someone made like a video and all of us come out like each character, like a selection screen, and you have their little stats, like their bars and stuff on like what's their level 1 through 5 on like you know what I'm saying on stats, what's their levels on crowd or streaming control or all types of stuff. And I was like, dang, dude, I'd probably be so high on certain things and so low on certain things. My things would look like this, like. And then I was thinking, I was walking, I was thinking about this. I swear to God, I'm down 23 pounds since the last Titans game. It's crazy. But I was just like, I was walking, and I was like, Titan Upload would probably look like this. It would be the most balanced of all characters. like Upload would have, like, if there was a 10, he'd be like 8s everywhere or something. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, it was just so, I was just thinking about it. I was like, that'd be so cool if someone made something like that, man. That'd be so cool. I don't know.
That'd be fun. He is doing a series. I don't know if you heard on like a little thing, like, I don't know. He's putting a bunch of the different Titans YouTubers and stuff. He's doing like a little video clip. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, man, we'll let you run, bro. Dude. Yeah. I appreciate you as always, man.
I know we'll go for days, man. Hey, but I want to thank you guys. I need to get you guys on my channel, Tighten Up for Life, man. If you ever want me or anything like that coming on. Anything for the the Titan Upload Network, man. You guys are awesome. Love what you guys are doing. And it's awesome because you guys are working together, but you guys are so different. And that's so cool, man. Because if everyone was the same, it's you know what I mean. What's the point? Right. So again, thank you guys for having me on, man. Again, if you guys are all watching in the chat or anything like that, share this out, man. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and go subscribe to everybody up here. Rossi puts in a lot of work, man. It's not as easy as turning on your computer and hitting record or going live. It's not. There's more to it. I promise you guys. If you could see all the wiring going around right now, you would understand that. Like, it's more than you know, you guys. So just, I mean, continue to support the guys who put in the work, you guys, and all the guys in the chat, man. Thank you guys. You guys continue to drop questions and everything like that and support us. And Rossi, thank you so much, bro. I literally consider you a friend. I wish you nothing but the best in life.
Likewise,
and, I always got your back, man. And Tighten Up for Life, man. Any friend of Rossi's a friend of mine. So anything you need, bro, just hit me up.
All right, bro.
All right, man. We'll see you, man.
Appreciate you guys. Go Dubs, man. Gold-blooded. Let's go.
I love that dude, man. Y'all show him some love on his channel, and y'all go check him out. But yeah, dude,
he gets my heart racing. I tell you, every time I watch him, my heart's like.
He's awesome, man. And TA's he's a really good dude too. I know him more on a personal level. We got to know each other, and he is a friend. He really is he's got a big heart, man. He got a big heart, and so I got a lot of love for that guy. But I want to get to some of these comments real quick, man. If you got a few more minutes, we'll go like 5 5-6 more minutes. And there was a super chat that I missed, and I'm sorry, Titan South. I hope you're still in there. But $2 from Titan South. He says O-line is the only concern at this point, and that it is concerning. It is something we haven't talked about. It is concerning. Looks like they're happy with what they got. It looks like they're sticking with what? I mean, we still don't know who's playing on the right side, the right tackle position. James, who is starting the right tackle position?
If I had to guess, and this is not, I really don't like it, but if I have to guess, I'm going to say it's going to be Dylan. I just don't know if that's the right spot for him, just because he's traditionally a left tackle. The good thing is that we re-signed Ben Jones, so that's a good thing. Stability at the center position is something that's needed. O-line it really is, because if you get to looking at our depth chart after the what I'm predicting as the projected starters, there's really just guys. There's a guy. There's a warm body there. Yeah, Titan South, he did contain Nick Bosa, but remember, he was on the left side when he did that. When you look at him on the right side, he was atrocious when he played the right side. I mean, he was really atrocious. But he has had a whole year to kind of work on it. He's had the offseason to kind of work on that. So transitioning from left to right and from right to left in the NFL at that speed, at that skill level, is very different. It's very difficult to do. So yeah, Titan South, he did contain Nick Bosa, but once again, he was on the left side. So try this. If you're right-handed, try writing with your left hand, and if you're left-handed, try writing with your right hand, and tell me how easy it is.
Yeah.
Write an essay.
Yeah, it's true. And the guy that they drafted, Pierre or whatever his name is, I think it's
Frary or something like that.
Yeah, and I think that guy played right tackle in college.
He did.
So, and a lot of people said a lot of people they were surprised that they drafted him at that spot. So we'll see how I haven't really heard much about him yet, but we'll see how he looks in training camp. I wouldn't think there would be like a real position battle there between them two. I would say they're gonna probably rely on Radens to kind of step up and, like you said, take that spot. I mean, I wouldn't see them starting a rookie there.
Well, it's going to depend. I mean, he was, he has played against top-notch competition.
Yeah,
he was at Ohio State, so he's played against some of the best of the best when it comes to college. So, and this is his natural position.
Yeah.
So maybe I think if I'm not mistaken, there was. Let me see if I can find my notes on that real quick. I think that his yeah, there it is. Go ahead and see if I can find. Oh no, that's it. Yeah. I think his big problem is going to be getting that. He was a little slow at times on his pass protection kickouts. When he had to flare out and kick out a little bit. So I think he is going. He's. I think they're going to move him around. To be honest with you,
okay.
I think that he's going to be kind of at times, sometimes playing tackle, sometimes playing guard. Because once again, this staff really likes to have those guys that are versatile, that can play guard, tackle. Can move sides and move positions and position grouping. So I think that's where I think he's heading. If you got a guy who can step in there at tackle and play, and there's not a significant drop off or no drop off at all, then, why wouldn't you keep him? Why wouldn't you name him as one of your players? Because once again, that could be one of those places where we kind of shave one offensive lineman because you don't have to keep a right guard and a right tackle. You've got a guy that can play both.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully it pans out, man. Hopefully that line is more consistent than it was last season. Hopefully Luan can stay healthy and kind of play like he was, towards the end of the season and stuff. And I still got a lot of hope in Luan. I think he's still a good player. He's just got to stay healthy. Titan South says, why don't we sign Eric Flowers? I don't know. I mean, I think at this point they're probably gonna just go with youth and at that position and see what they got. I don't know how much Eric Flowers would cost and if he'd be worth it. I mean, he's a good tackle, but I don't really know. So we're gonna start wrapping it up, guys. I have one more question for you, James, and this has been going on Twitter the last couple weeks, and the whole thing where AJ put out the tweet that I am the best receiver y'all ever had or whatever, or the Titans ever had. And I put out a little poll too, and I want to get your top 3, top 4 if you got it. And this is Titans that actually wide receivers that actually played in a Titans uniform. They could have played in Titans and Oilers, but they had to at least play in a Titans uniform. Who are your top, let's say your top 4 wide receivers that's played in a Titans uniform of all time? And let us know in the chat too what y'all think.
It's one of those things where you're asking me to pick, my my favorite kid. It's
right.
When it comes to guys who I really think who I think is probably the best. I think I really like Kevin Dyson.
Yeah,
I really, really, really like Kevin Dyson. Not only for his his ability to catch, and to play the position, but kind of he just went out there and put in work. So I really like what Kevin Dyson did. I really enjoyed Mason. I think Mason is, to me, once again, one of those guys who just went out there and put in work, So, golly, a guy who I think, I don't know, I don't go by stats. I go by guys who I think epitomize the Titans way, what the Titans mean, blue collar, go out there and just do stuff. I really liked, Al. I love Washington, but there's a guy who I think is kind of an unsung Titans player. That I don't. He's kind of unsung because a lot of people really don't talk about him a lot. He didn't have great numbers throughout his career. And it was a relatively short career. I really liked Kendall Wright. I really did.
Yeah.
He was just one of those guys, everybody said, oh, he's not, he's too small. He's not fast enough, and he went out there and kind of just, he didn't put up gaudy numbers or anything like that. I think his best year was just over 1,000 yards or something like that. I really liked him.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that kind of, to me are what epitomizes a Titan. Go out there, shut your mouth, and play. When someone steps in your face, you just, do your business. You handle your business. Is AJ Brown there? Yeah. I'd probably put him at number 4. I really, just mainly for his production, but he was, he's hurt all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know how serious the injuries were, just because, and I'm not trying to say he's not a tough guy. I'm not trying to say anything like that. I'm not trying to disparage the man in any way. He made it to the league. He does his thing, and he went out and got paid. I can't fault a man for going out and getting paid. If someone offered you 25% more to leave the job you're at and do the exact same thing there, and they were going to guarantee that for, what did you get, a 4-year deal or something like that, wasn't it? 4 years?
Yeah.
And they're going to guarantee your salary for 4 years? You wouldn't take that deal?
Yeah, I definitely would. you know?
So, I get it. Look, we're fans. We were, fans is short for fanatics. We're fans. And we're hurt by him leaving and some of the things that he said. But you got to remember, this is a business. He's trying to ingratiate himself with a team in a city that is absolutely ridiculous. Heck, they booed Santa. Okay, they booed Santa Claus. I'm sorry. This is. I just don't. I'm not a that. Whew, I just really want to see. I don't want to see anyone fail. That's just not the way I roll. So I want to see him have a great year. More power to him. And this is a business, and we as fans forget that sometimes. So, hey, look, let him go out and do his thing. When he play, if he plays the Titans, I don't wish him good luck.
Right. And Al made a great point too. Can you imagine AJ's production if he didn't have a 38% drop rate? There were a lot of big plays that he dropped too. I put this on Twitter, but I'd say like my top 4. I agree with you. Like probably number 4 for me would be AJ. If you want to go by talent, as far as the most talented receiver of all time, or for the Titan, it probably is AJ as far as based on talent, but I'm going off production and who I like, But I would say AJ. I would say number 3 would probably be, man, I don't know. Maybe Drew Bennett. I really love Drew Bennett. I thought, and he made some key play. He also made there was a drop he had. I want to say it might have been the playoffs or something that killed us, or I can't remember what game it was. I'll never forget it. And then I'd say Nate Washington. Nate Washington had a lot of production when he was here, and a lot of people don't remember that just because he was on some pretty crap teams, Yeah. And then number 1, I got to go with Derek Mason. And I can throw Dyson in there too, because Dyson, I felt like Dyson could have had a lot more production, but you had Mason, you had Wycheck, and you had Eddie there. If Dyson would have been on a different team where they passed it a lot more, he probably would have got a lot more production, But the guy made some key plays. Obviously, the biggest play in Titans history, the Music City Miracle. But anyways, right. So, anyways, man, we're gonna shut her down from there. Thank you guys so much, y'all. We've had a good crowd tonight. There's been not a ton of people, but 20 or so, but they've been killing it in the comments, just hundreds of comments. So we appreciate you guys. You guys check out us on Twitter at the Tighten Up Network. We're trying to get that going. Check out us as a whole. All 3 of us are in the Tighten Upload Network. That's me, James, Titans for Life, and Tighten Upload. We're trying to get this thing rolling. this year, trying to get it popping and going, and getting you guys getting some new things we're working on and stuff like that. And we'll keep you guys informed on that. But James, kind of let them know where to find your channel, maybe what you got coming up, and we'll wrap it up from there.
You can find me on YouTube on Titans for Life. I will tell you that I've got my new editing machine. It's aka my son's gaming machine. When he's not around and he's not doing anything with it, I would use it to edit. So I'm Big Sportsman 3 on Twitter. But yeah, I have some stuff that I started trying to edit a few weeks ago, and it just takes the laptop way too long to edit a 15-20 minute video. So, and and the poor thing is like, help. So I'm gonna have some stuff out. I just got this up and running late last night, and my son is all excited because when he comes over, he's going to be able to play all of his games and everything. So yeah, I have some things coming up here soon, some videos I'm going to put out. I'm going to be, I've been talking with my sources here, and maybe dropping some knowledge here soon.
Nice.
I may be dropping some knowledge here pretty soon. But I will tell you, I'm just so happy that you're back, Rossi, that you're we're back in the saddle. This is our second show. We did Upload's show. Wasn't it last week? Yeah, we did Upload's show last week. Now we're doing your show, and this is our second show together. So, I'm hoping that tomorrow afternoon I will finish the edit. It will not drop this weekend. Dad's day is this weekend, so it will drop early next week. I'm going to try to get on a schedule, try to put stuff out 2-3 times a week, and I'm that's where I am. So give you something when you get home to watch. Take a quick 10-15 minute video and watch it.
Cool, man. Cool. And a happy Father's Day to you and everybody out there whose fathers. That's this Sunday. And God bless everybody. And tighten up, guys. We will, we'll catch y'all later. Keep it real, man. Be looking out for some upcoming content from all of us. And see y'all later. Tighten up.